more free time, I've been watching true crime documentaries, and let me tell you something.
Sir, can you give us an advice for the younger generation? I have a business media in France, and we like to give advice.
I think he's a nice guy, but you need a certain aptitude to run for president.
New York basketball is emotional on a normal day. But after that Knicks loss, the energy outside got completely out of control. What should have been fans walking out upset, talking trash, and moving on with their night turned into videos of people acting like the streets belonged to them. And once those clips started circulating, the conversation stopped being just about basketball. It became about fan culture, mob behavior, and how quickly a crowd can go from celebrating a team to embarrassing an entire city. People online were already arguing over who was involved, who started what, and whether this was just drunk fans being reckless or something deeper. But one thing was clear. The footage made Knicks fans look bad at the worst possible time. And when Steven Jackson saw what was going around, he did not try to sugarcoat it. He looked at the situation like someone who knows competitive sports, knows passionate fan bases, and still thought this crossed a line. So before anybody tries to defend it as just playoff emotion, listen to how he broke it down.
Fans after the game beating up people in the street.
Can I touch on that? Like,
That was some.
this is my thing, bro. Like, I guarantee you ain't gonna get none of that in San Antonio. Because a lot of the people just drunk from having a good time at the game and they go home. But like, when it gets to the point, like, it says a lot, not only about the fans, but about the people in New York. Because we even it's a lot of people that's from New York that understand how good for basketball would be good if the Knicks won a championship. You got people that's not even from New York rooting for the Knicks just because of the long drought. You know what I'm saying? And even though people not from New York, a lot of people are Knicks fans. Like it's one of the big, it's like the Cowboys. It's one of the biggest organizations, so you have to like it somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's rooting for y'all, but when y'all do stuff like this, it's like that's the weakest shit you can do. Jump on people. Now just imagine if they got a game in San Antonio and they do that to y'all fans. Some of y'all got celebrity fans. You see what I'm saying? Like that's real tacky on the Knicks behalf, bro.
And it's not like,
I mean, not the organization, but the fans. Excuse me.
it's not like this hasn't happened before, but it's just on camera now, and it's just out of pocket, pointless. You're attacking people just for wearing another jersey.
And none of y'all getting paid by the Knicks. None of y'all. They're not gonna come bail y'all out. If somebody died, they're not gonna put no money on y'all funeral. You're doing all this for nothing.
And that right there is the part a lot of people don't want to sit with, because when fans are in a crowd, everybody suddenly feels brave. One person yells, another person pushes, somebody else records it, and before you know it, people are doing things in public that they would never do standing by themselves. That is the danger of mob energy. It makes people think destruction is entertainment. It makes grown adults forget that a street sign, a store window, a car, a sidewalk, a whole neighborhood that is not some random stage prop. That is the place people live. That is where families walk. That is where tax money goes. And after the cameras shut off, the regular people in that community are the ones left dealing with the damage. And the wildest part is, many of the people moving like that probably walked away thinking they were part of some legendary fan moment. But to everybody watching from the outside, it looked like the complete opposite. It looked reckless. It looked childish. It looked like people letting a basketball result turn them into a public safety problem. The crazy thing is, in one of the clips going around, you could see somebody actually trying to talk sense into the crowd. Not trying to fight, not trying to escalate, just asking why they were damaging their own area. And instead of people stopping and thinking for 2 seconds, the mood got even uglier. That is when you realize this was not just about the Knicks. This was about people getting caught up in the rush of the crowd and losing all self-control. A team can lose a game. That happens. But when fans start attacking people, damaging property, or making the whole city look unstable, that loss becomes bigger than basketball. Now, while the Knicks fan situation was taking over one side of the internet, another name started pulling attention for a completely different reason. Stefon Diggs. First, people were joking over a viral photo that had fans debating his pose, his outfit, and whether the image was even real. But the memes were not the serious part. The serious part was the legal situation attached to his name. According to reports, a federal judge ordered Diggs to give a more complete answer about how he knows Christopher Blake Griffith. In the court fight, Griffith has made serious allegations connected to an alleged 2023 incident, while Diggs has denied wrongdoing and has reportedly pushed back with a defamation lawsuit. So this is not a place to throw around confirmed guilt or internet rumors like facts. This is a civil legal battle, and the court process is still what matters. But the reason people are paying attention is because the judge reportedly did not accept a vague answer describing Griffith simply as an acquaintance. The court wanted more detail about the relationship and the interactions around the time period in question. Reports also said Diggs was given a deadline to provide a complete, non-evasive response with possible sanctions if he failed to comply. That is why the story started moving beyond Cussa pages. When a judge starts asking for fuller answers, the public begins wondering what exactly is missing, what the legal teams are fighting over, and why the relationship detail matters so much in discovery. And honestly, that is what makes this situation feel heavier than just a viral picture. One minute the internet is laughing at an outfit. The next minute, people are reading about court deadlines, discovery disputes, allegations, denials, and legal consequences. So while the memes might get clicks, the actual case is much more serious. And speaking of people making choices that can change the rest of their life, Cardi B had something to say after watching true crime.
More free time. I've been watching true crime documentaries, and let me tell you something. Y'all been doing too much over there. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I might get into a little scuffle over something. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't ready to die about it. I ain't finna die about it. Shit.
That Cardi clip hit because she said what a lot of people think when they watch true crime stories. You sit there watching the documentary, and after a while you start asking yourself the same question over and over. Was it really worth it? Because a lot of those cases begin with emotion. Jealousy, betrayal, ego, obsession, embarrassment, heartbreak, all the things people feel in real life. But then somebody takes that emotion and turns it into a decision they can never undo. And once that happens, it is not just a breakup anymore. It is not just an argument. It is not just somebody getting embarrassed online. It becomes police, courtrooms, prison time, families destroyed, and a whole life thrown away. That is the part people miss when they are angry. In the moments, they think about winning the argument or getting revenge. They don't think about waking up behind bars, losing freedom, losing years, losing everything over somebody who might not even be in their life next month. So Cardi's point may have sounded funny, but underneath it, she was really talking about impulse control. Because sometimes the most dangerous thing is not the situation itself, it is what a person decides to do when they feel disrespected. Now here's a story where the internet tried to turn something normal into a scandal. Rick Ross was spotted around a commercial flight situation, and immediately people started acting like this was some major fall-off moment. The jokes came fast because Ross has spent years building that luxury boss image. Mansions, cars, private jet talk, expensive lifestyle, big money branding. So when people saw him connected to a regular flight, they tried to frame it like the image had cracked. But that is where the internet can be funny and fake at the same time. Because flying commercial does not automatically mean somebody is broke. Plenty of wealthy people move regular when it makes sense. Sometimes the private plane is unavailable. Sometimes the route is easier. Sometimes it is just a smarter travel decision. And according to reports, Ross later responded by saying his private jet was being upgraded, mentioning Starlink, and saying he chose to fly commercial for that trip. So the real question is, why do people want every rich person to perform wealth every second of the day? If a rapper flies private, people say he is wasting money. If he flies commercial, people say he is finished. That is the trap of celebrity image. The audience builds a fantasy, then gets mad when the celebrity does something regular. And honestly, if somebody has money and still chooses the practical option, that might not be an L. That might be the kind of decision that keeps money around. The internet laughed, but Ross turned it into another moment because with him, even an airport video becomes part of the brand.
Sir, can you give us an advice for the younger generation? I have a business media in France, and we like to give advice for young people who want to hustle and succeed.
Strive for your dreams. Sometimes you're gonna take L's before you take the win. Believe in yourself and don't let nobody tell you nothing, man. You got it.
How did you become Offset? Like, how can you become a famous chef? I tried to do Ghana, he didn't accept.
Offset gave the type of advice celebrities always give when somebody puts a camera in their face at the airport. Believe in yourself. Chase the dream. Take the losses. Keep going. And look, the message is not wrong. It is just so broad that it could apply to anybody doing anything. A rapper, a boxer, a student, a barber, a YouTuber. Everybody can technically use that advice. But sometimes, that is what happens when people ask a huge life question in a quick street interview. You're not going to get a full business blueprint while somebody is walking past security. You're going to get a quick motivational line and a head nod. Now, from quick advice, the story jumps right back into sports and politics because Stephen A. Smith and Donald Trump somehow turned a Knicks game into national-level drama. Stephen A. had already made it clear that he did not like Trump showing up around Game 3, and he suggested the president's presence could throw off the energy around the team. Then Trump got asked about it. And instead of keeping it only about basketball, he took it straight at Stephen A. personally.
Leader Stephen A. Smith, who had talked about running for president, said he would blame you if the Knicks lost the game. How do you respond to that?
I think he's a nice guy, but you need a certain aptitude to run for president. You need a high IQ. I'm not sure that Stephen has that. I don't think he does that.
And that is where the whole thing became bigger than a Knicks loss.
Awake. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks were blowing Game 3. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks, a team you pretend loved, a team that you had season tickets to, a team that you have supported throughout the years, you turned your back on them. That's what you did for your own self.
Stephen A. came back swinging, and whether people agreed with him or not, he knew exactly how to make the clip travel. He flipped Trump's own sleepy branding back on him and turned the courtside moment into a punchline. At that point, the story was no longer just Knicks basketball. It was sports media, politics, ego, celebrity, and viral humiliation all rolled into one. And that is why Plies jumping in made the conversation even louder. His angle was simple. If you spend time publicly praising or defending powerful people, you cannot act shocked when they later talk down to you in public. Whether people agreed with Plies or thought he was being too harsh, the post hit because it tapped into a bigger conversation about loyalty, image, and who gets embarrassed once the cameras are on. Social posts from Plies' reaction were also being shared around the same Trump-Stephen A. backlash cycle. We have seen this happen before. Public figures align themselves with someone because they think it makes them look strong, connected, or independent. Then the same person they defended turns around and disrespects them. And suddenly the internet says, "You should have seen this coming." So now the debate is open. Did Stephen A. get caught in a situation he helped create? Or was this just normal political trash talk getting blown up because of who said it? Drop your thoughts below, because this one has sports fans, hip-hop fans, political commentators, and the whole internet arguing at the same time. Like the video, subscribe for more culture breakdowns, and stay locked in for the next story.